The big story today with the WDRB News Alert after 12 horse death at Churchill Downs. The track is making a historic move.
It will suspend racing after this weekend and shift its spring meet racing to Ellis Park. Churchill made that announcement about 90 minutes ago, saying an unusual number of injuries prompted the move. The track investigated itself and announced new safety measures. The Federal Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Authority also investigated Churchill Downs and found no pattern, but says an independent analysis of the track continues. Churchill says it is shutting down racing out of an abundance of caution to do a top-to-bottom review of safety, including the surface of the track itself. Racing will be held starting June 10th at Ellis Park in Henderson, Kentucky, near Evansville.
All right, so let's unpack this all with WDRB Sports' Rick Bozich to get some more perspective. Rick, the rumors really started to circulate this afternoon. Managers in the news were calling all the people in the sports department, any reporter, any producer who had a contact at Churchill Downs. We were all on the phone trying to dig for answers here. I know that you have seen just about everything when it comes to horse racing and sports in this town. Are you surprised by this move?
I'm a little bit surprised, Gilbert. I've seen this happen before, though, at Santa Anita a few years ago when you had a large volume of fatalities. And with Churchill Downs, really the premier horse racing track in the country, and they've been committed to racetrack safety. Now bringing in HISA, the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act, I think they were encouraged to make this move, and Churchill Downs got on board at their recommendation. Well,
HISA said as such in a statement that came out about an hour ago, or in the last hour, I should say, that they were going to recommend the suspension of the spring meet at Churchill Downs.
Correct.
Fortunately, Churchill Downs already bought Ellis Park, around $80 million transaction last year, so they had a place to go. You spoke with a couple of trainers in the past hour. How do they feel about this?
Yeah, I talked to Dale Romans and Kenny McPeek. To the top 5 trainers currently, longtime Churchill Downs standards. They both said first, they don't think there's a problem with the Churchill Downs track. They've trained over it all spring and they haven't noticed any issues with the track, but they support the decision. Dale Romans, in fact, said Churchill should be applauded for doing this, said they didn't have to do it, they did it, and it shows their commitment to racetrack safety. Dale said he will race in every race at Ellis Park that he would have raced in at Churchill. Kenny McPeek said he will send some horses to Ellis Park. He might also send some to New York.
Ellis Park's spring meet was slated to start, I guess it's more of a summer meet because it was supposed to pick up in about 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny McPeek explained it to me that all you're doing is moving the schedule up 3.5 weeks. A lot of people were going to go to Ellis Park anyway, and they're happy to make the sacrifice because, like everybody else, I mean, trainers don't like it when their horses are injured. They get upset too, and they want to have an answer. They don't think the problem is the track. Dale Romans told me he thought it was just a statistical anomaly. It's happened before in New York. It's happened at Santa Anita. Things have happened to cause this problem, but they would like to get more definite answers.
Some folks, the safety provisions that were announced yesterday, talking about not more than 4 starts in 8 weeks, and only the top 5 finishers would be paid, and if the horse was more than 12 furlongs back in a start
5 straight races,
for that, they would have to be cleared by a vet. Will those provisions now go to Ellis Park?
That's a great question. I would assume they would to maintain the commitment to safety that they have, but I'm not sure about that answer.
All right, thank you so much for your reporting. We're going to look into that, and we're on top of this. It's developing. There's a lot of things
it's a big story
unfolding. We're still on it tonight at 10 and 11. We'll look for your story on WDRB.com.
Thanks, Gilbert.